Hi guys, my name is Sue Mbogo. I am an accountant and a book lover from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome to Book Lovers. What is reading to me? Reading to me is a source of entertainment for one. It's also a source of knowledge. You learn a lot about different things, different people, different cultures, different countries when you read. It's a pastime. I read when I want to sleep, which is really hard. Uh, I read when I'm in a matatu. I read, but that's only because ebooks. I read to ignore people. Yeah, so reading for me, I wouldn't call it an escape though, because I'm not escaping anything, but it's something that I enjoy doing. My reading journey. I started reading when I was young. How when you were young, you were taken to shags every December holiday. My grandmother was a teacher, so now because there was nothing really to do in shags, not going to go to the shamba or anything, I'd pick the magazines that she had or the books that she had and I'd read them. I think the first novel I remember reading was Mind Boy. Well, I read it when I was very young, which is I read it when I was in class five. I was too young to read Mind Boy, but I really loved it. And after Mind Boy, I just kept reading and reading. By the time I was done in class 8, I think I'd read almost all Goosebumps, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drews. I kind of reduced reading in high school because into other things, I think, sports and all. Then I picked it up after high school, and yeah, my library has grown since then. I've read different topics, different genres. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey that I'm excited about how it's going so far. I am currently reading A Little Life by Hanya. It's a book about four friends from college. It's about their. I'll just read the blurb over here. A Little Life follows four college classmates, broke, adrift, and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition, as they move to New York in search of fame and fortune. While their relationships, which are tangled by addiction, success, and pride, deepen over the decades, the men are held together by their devotion to the brilliant, enigmatic Jude, a man scarred by an unspeakable childhood trauma, a hymn to brotherly bonds, and a masterful depiction of love in the 21st century. So the book is about these four guys. They've been friends since campus. Now they're in their 30s. They've been friends all through, and the person holding them together is Jude. Jude had a traumatic childhood, and he didn't talk about it. He slowly opens up to the friends over the decade of friendship that they've had. I picked this book because it was one recommended to me by Mohammed. Um, I also picked it because every review on Goodreads was like, not every review, but most reviews on Goodreads were like, it made them cry, it made them depressed, it made them question life, and it was like, it's been a while since I read a book that has made me cry, so I think I was looking for tears when picking it. I'm not yet, I haven't gotten to the parts where people are crying, or I don't see where people are crying yet. I'm hoping to get there soon. Yes. So far, would I recommend it? I think so. I'm quarter with though, so it's a it's a book with mixed reactions. That's what I can say. What genres do I read? 80%. Okay, my genres differ with time. With time, like I will go through a year where I'm going to read African literature. I will do historical fiction. I will do crime and thrillers. But late for the last 3 years, I've been picking a lot of African literature, both fiction and factual. So I think at the moment that's a genre I'm enjoying. I have yet to enjoy classics. I'm yet to pick a romantic book. I am yet to pick a what are books for like all those two. I don't get why people pick those two genres: romance and classics. What's my favorite book? I genuinely never find that question fair. Also, because I'll never give the same answer. I have a top five though. No wait. Eh, I don't know. But I think the one book that never misses on my top five is The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives. Why I like that book, it's because it's funny, it's easy to read. Anyone who asks me to recommend a book because they're trying to get into reading, that's the one book I always recommend. Because I'm yet to meet anyone who didn't like it. Best others, I don't have any. I have all the Dan Brown books, but I wouldn't say he's my best author. I have all the Thomas Harris books, but I wouldn't say he's my best author. Um, After high school, I had a thing for James Patterson, so I had so many of his books. I still don't think I would say he's my best author. So I genuinely don't have a best author. I just have people I enjoy reading. Um, currently, currently it's none because it takes a while for me to read someone else. If I pick a book by Hanya, for example, this is the first book I'm reading by her, and I finish this book and I like it, and I see a second book. It will take a while for me to pick up the second book because I'm not sure she's going to maintain. How do I say it? You're going to maintain my psych for you. An instance is yeah, Gassy for homegoing. It took me a while to pick Transcendent Kingdom, and that's because I didn't want to get disappointed. I really loved homegoing, so I don't want to start hating you. So that's why others, that's a bit hard. I do not have a favorite author. I just like people for a certain period of time and then get bored of them. What are my reading habits? Mine are all over the place. One, I don't track. I rarely track my reading. Well, no, I do. Because I have highlights on my Instagram that shows the number of books, shows the books I have read so far since last year. That's when I started it. So yeah, I think I track my reading, but I'm not so keen on it. Do I have a reading pattern or a specific time that I read? No. I can go for a week without touching a book, and then I can go for hours buried in a book. So it just depends on my moods at the time and how I'm feeling, how much I have to get done. Do I read on transit? Not really, because I prefer hard copies and I do not know how to read when I'm in motion, so that I don't. But when I'm reading an ebook, I find that easy, so that I can do ebooks, blogs. I read those when I'm on transit. Where do I buy my books? I buy my books at mostly Textbook Center. That's always my first place to check. Um, then Prestige, then Rafu Books. I haven't tried Nuria, but I've been seeing people advertise it a lot. I'm yet to try Nuria Bookstore and Bookstop. That's if I ever get a book at Bookstop, just nimekosa kila mahali. uh, do I have a target for reading? Every year when the year begins, I have a target. Will I be strict on it? No, because life happens. So my target last year was 50. I got to read, I think, 35. My target this year is 45. I'm currently at book number 13. But I don't know how the year will go because, like, the last quarter I didn't read a thing. So let's see by the end of the year how many I'll have read, but I'll start to read. So, yeah, those are my reading habits. They are, like I said, all over the place. What are my reading tips for people who would want to start reading? I'm, I I don't know if it's something you're really into. I think it's find something you're going to enjoy. The people who are into fiction and they really love that. So if you recommended a political book to them, they'd not like it. But my go-to book for someone who wants to start reading, it's always The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives. Because one, it's short. Two, it's really funny. Three, it's I want to say relatable, but it's things that you can relate to it as an African. um, do I read audiobooks? No, I have refused to go that stream. I am not reading audiobooks. I don't think anyone will convince me to. But I do listen to podcasts though, but not about books. The book activities, the events. Do I attend book activities in Nairobi? Not really, because I've not been a community reader per se. I'm in a book club. I've been a book club for the past since 2018. So that's the only communities that I've known so far. Well, up until last year. when everyone on Instagram was now, there's a whole bookstagrammer family, let's call it that. So I'm not big on community reading because one, I may not enjoy the book that you're reading, and if you're reading it together, it's not my thing. I like reading on my own, apart from book club, because that one you have to read every a book every month. So we pick a book, and that's at least in my reading. I try to read one book every month with people. But there's so many events. So many, if you're into reading and you're looking to create a community around you, there's so many events that are coming up with book swaps, book events, so many reading spaces too. I think if you follow one of my favorite bookstagram is Reviews by Frankie. She's always sharing spaces you can go to, book swaps that are happening. Yes, so I think follow her if you're interested in creating a community around you. Pick books that you enjoy reading. Do not struggle through books because everyone is talking about it and you feel like you're going to be left out. Don't do that. Pick a book that you know you're going to enjoy. Uh, Continue reading. For whatever reason that you read, continue reading. You can follow me on Instagram at Mbogo and follow Wacera and also subscribe to her channel. She's giving really good content.